Hello, my name is Edwin Pineda, and today I will talk about the biography of Samuel Johnson. And I will answer two questions of the ones provided in the guidelines. The first question is what was my impression of Johnson during his first meeting with Boswell? And did my impression changed as reading more about him? The second question is what do Johnson's comments tell me about his personality, values, and mindset? According to the first question of my impression of Johnson at the beginning, Johnson seems very serious and even a little rude. When Boswell admits that he comes from Scotland, Johnson replies, "That, sir, I find is what a very great many of your countrymen cannot help," in page 3. And this answer shows Johnson sharp wit, but also that he was not very kind at that moment. And my first impression was that he was very unfriendly and hard to talk to. But later, my impression changed. When Boswell visits Johnson at his home, Johnson is much nicer. He says, "Sir, I am obliged to any man who visits me," in page 5. And this shows that he appreciated company and could be very polite. So even if he spoke strongly, he was also warm and welcoming. According to the second question, what do Johnson's comments tell me about his personality, values, and mindset? Okay, Johnson's own words show what kind of person he was. For example, he says, "People may be taken in once who imagine that an author is greater in private life than other men," in page 3. This means that he thought writers are just normal people in daily life. And he did not believe that talent made someone better than others. Another example is when he speaks about his friend, the poet Christopher Smart. Smart was called mad by society, but Johnson said, "I'd as lief pray with Kid Smart as anyone else," in page 6. And this shows that Johnson was kind and did not think his friend should be judged so harshly. And he believed in fairness and in respecting people. From these examples, we can see that Johnson was intelligent, very intelligent person, honest and caring. Sometimes he could be talk with words, but deep down he was also very human and compassionate. Okay, in conclusion, Boswell's biography shows Johnson as a man with many sides. Strong, but also kind, serious, but also fair. My impression of him changed from thinking he was only strict to understanding that he was complex and human. So, thank you for paying attention. Thank you for paying attention to my thoughts about this biography. I think it was very interesting and changed my mind about how to see a person. Sometimes we can see a person difficult to talk with, but knowing more about that person, we can see sometimes very good and polite person.